Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline Lopez, and today I'll be doing my first cleaning video. First of all, welcome to real life. This is me without makeup on a day that I am not feeling well, but the job still needs to get done. And the job here today is cleaning up. I have a serious mess back here, as you can see. Before I get to this little broken thing, let me explain the mess. So last night, being a Sunday for this day, we had some friends over. The Saturday prior to that, I had my sister come into town, and I hadn't seen her in what felt like forever, even though it was just like 2 months. So obviously we spent the entire Saturday with her, my nieces, and my nephew. And then Friday we had a black tie wedding that we went to that took up all of Friday and pretty much all of last week. So as you can see, nothing got done since probably Thursday night. So this is an accumulation of dishes and just general madness for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So those 4 days where pretty much nothing got done. And also this morning, my husband decided to unload his car of all of the lunch containers and all of the coffee cups that he had at work. So I hope that you enjoy. Let me know if these are videos that you maybe want to continue seeing here on my channel. As always, don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment if this is what you want to keep seeing. Also, on this day, just things kept happening to me. If you follow me over on my Instagram, you're gonna know that I am super clumsy, to say the least. So earlier you saw me kind of come forward with a little broken jar that had a little like top where you could put coins in. I had bought that at Dollar Tree, and I was moving things around when I was moving a trash bag, I believe, and I dropped it. It broke into a bajillion pieces, so I had to sweep that up even before I started cleaning because it's glass. And prior to that, I had dropped something from the top of my fridge that again was glass and made a huge mess. So this day was just not my day. Sick and just breaking everything. Now throughout this video, I also want to include some of the cleaning hacks that I have learned through the years, and I want to start with the one about the broken glass. Since I did have that happen at the beginning of this video, what you want to do anytime you drop and break glass on your floor is to clean the area up immediately, especially if you have children or pets. So what you want to do is sweep it up so that you can sweep up the bigger and like the medium sized pieces, but there are always those tiny small pieces that get left behind, especially if you have tile floor. Sometimes they can get stuck like in the grout lines. So what you want to do is not only sweep but mop the area where the broken glass was. And now you don't have to do a full cleaning mop. It can be just simple warm water. And the reason why you want to do this is so that it'll pick up all of those small pieces in the water cleaning solution and your mop. Now do not try to clean it up with a wet towel, wet napkin, anything like that, because you're going to get them stuck to your hand, or then in turn get them stuck to the fabric towel that you're using. Just make sure to thoroughly clean out your mop head, and you don't have to touch it, you just have to run it through the water and it'll get rid of all of those small pieces.
without regrets. Girl, put your faith in me, even though we just met. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, pulse speed and my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna place it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true.
Now, as you can see, it is pretty messy, but it is mainly an unorganized mess, which did make tons of dishes, but it is mainly the party supplies that were used for the barbecue the night prior, and all of the extra cooking supplies and utensils we used for that as well. Now, another little tip I want to give you is keep the empty boxes of your party supplies, because if you don't end up using it all, you have a place to kind of put them back in. So that's what I did with these assorted utensils. To clean off my countertops, I am first using a bleach cleaning solution. Again, because we did have a party last night and we did have raw meat in the kitchen, I'm just doing that for safety precautions. But then afterwards, I am going over with my Mrs. Meyer in the lemon verbena. Today, that's just the scent that I felt like using. Now, I do get all of my cleaning supplies from the Grove Collaborative, including all of my Mrs. Mayers. I am going to leave you the promotion in the description box down below. I am not an affiliate, but I do have a referral code that will save you some money or get you some free product. You don't have to use mine. Very different influencers have affiliates and promotion codes that you can use with them. Whether you use mine or not, I highly recommend them. You do save a lot of money shopping through the Grove Collaborative website.
I never needed love until I saw and I met your eyes. That's why I'm moving close.
Now, I'm also going to show you what I'm going to be making for dinner, and that is pulled chicken sandwiches, and I am going to leave everything in the description box down below. But first things first, I am using a slow cooker liner. It just makes the cleanup super easy. You just pull the bag out and throw it in the trash once you're done. I do still rinse out my crock pot at the end, because that's just the kind of person that I am. Now, I am using some chicken drumsticks for my chicken in the pulled chicken sandwiches, because that's what was on sale this week at my local grocery store. Obviously, you can use thigh meat, you can use chicken breast, any kind of cut of chicken that you would like or is on sale for you. Now, we are going to want to season the chicken first, and I'm doing a very basic garlic salt, black pepper, salt. And then you're going to top it off with some barbecue sauce. I am using about 1/4 to half a cup of barbecue sauce. You don't need a lot. It'll still go throughout everything. And I also use butter, and this is 100% optional. This is just what my mom did when she made barbecue chicken at home. So that's just what I do. And I used about 1/4 cup or less of butter. I'm just a big butter lover, sorry. Again, because there was raw chicken near this area, I am first cleaning my countertop with the bleach cleaning solution and then going over with the Mrs. Mayer's. and being completely OCD here and organizing the eggs in a very specific pattern. And I am just a pattern person. Also, it serves a purpose because it distributes the weight evenly throughout your container. That way, when you have your son help you get the eggs out of the fridge, he doesn't drop all of them. And I've obviously had that happen to me. So, lesson learned. Now, I'm sure at least one of you is asking yourself, why are you hand washing your dishes and putting them to dry in your dishwasher? The obvious option would be to just wash them in the dishwasher, but I've never really used it, and I know all those people who don't have one and want one are going to be mad at me, but I've never used it. My mom always said that we were the dishwashers, so that's just kind of what I do. I feel that that's the only way that they truly get cleaned anyways, so my dishwasher is just a big drying rack. Maybe at some point I'll get comfortable with using it where I will actually use it as a dishwasher, but for now, I'm sorry if I'm disappointing a lot of people, but I just prefer to hand wash my dishes. Plus, I get to use this really lovely dish soap. This time I'm washing them with the rosemary scent. Remember earlier I said I was having one of those days? Well, I cut myself on my blender blades when I was trying to take it off of the actual blender. Clumsy me being clumsy. Now I'm going to be cleaning my sink off with the Mrs. Mayer's surface scrub, and I am using it in the lemon verbena as well.
When I'm down, you pick me up. You and me, we shiny dust, and we won't ever get enough. They don't know, they don't know. In your eyes I put my trust. Babe, you're my all-time favorite drug. Let them keep talking about us, 'cause they don't know, we'll never know. When the rain hits hard on my window, when the night's too dark, you're my hero. When our troubles come, we can lay low. Say like we're never gonna leave. We gon' do it like they do in the movies. We gon' ride into
Now I am going to wipe down my stove first to get rid of any crumbs, and then I am going to use my favorite stovetop cleaner, and it is this degreaser from Method. It is the best. Anytime I see it, I buy a couple because it is perfect to clean my stovetop, and I also use it to clean my wooden cabinets. It removes all of the grease that just comes from using your kitchen. So I highly recommend that. And to clean the stainless steel areas, I am going to be using this Wyman's stainless steel cleaner, and I use it on all the stainless steel surfaces in my kitchen. Again, just an unorganized mess over here. If you want to see what was in those Dollar Tree bags, I did do a small haul over on my Instagram. It is saved to my highlighted stories, so don't forget to follow me there. I share a lot of hauls, a lot of projects, and just daily glimpses into my day. I also share a lot of stories lately of just how clumsy I am, so go over there if you want a little pick-me-up. Another reason I did a lot of the hand washing is because I did have a lot of dishes to wash, so I couldn't even end up putting them all in there to dry. I did have to bust out the little drying mat. Another little tip I want to share with you is for water bottles or like coffee cups, if they are starting to smell bad, or even to prevent them from smelling bad, you want to wash them and then rinse them with a little bit of vanilla. And I'm using pure Mexican vanilla. Obviously it doesn't matter what kind of vanilla extract you use, but just rinse it out, and that'll keep it from smelling like mildewy, or so that it doesn't smell like whatever you had in there last.
Meditation through the yoga lessons, going greener by the minute. Soon I can't wear any other colors. Posters covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we.
So now these dishes are brand new, but I do like to wash them before I use them, and they are going to be part of my Halloween table.
If I keep feeling like I'm missing something, don't you worry about me, yeah. Don't you worry about. Got no money on my mind, tell my mommy I'm alright, even laughing at the tricks you tell me.
Also, forgive me for having black socks with my light colored tennis shoes. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have used the no-show socks, but hey, this is what I had. It was a cleaning day, so again, it's just realness. And I'm going to be mopping my floors with this cleaning solution called Pinalen. And I'm sorry, but I can only say it in Spanish. I would not know how to pretend to try and say it in English. But it's basically Mexican pine sol. It smells amazing. And I do buy it at my local store here. So I'm going to try and find that for you and link it down below, because it literally smells amazing. Now let's take a quick peek at the halfway point of our chicken. This is kind of what it's looking like. And now I'm back from picking up my son, and this is what it should look like when it's completely done. And we are going to be putting them in those buns. Now I also forgot to mention how long I'm cooking the chicken for, but I do have it on high, and I am doing it for about 4 to 6 hours. It'll kind of depend on the type of chicken that you use. Just make sure that it is cooked to the correct internal temperature, and it's okay if it goes over the 4, under the 6. Just make sure that it is to your liking and shreddable. Now, to accompany my sandwiches, I am going to be making some oven roasted potatoes, and I'm starting by preheating the oven to 400 degrees. And then this will kind of be up to you what kind of potatoes you use. Again, I had russet potatoes, so that's what I'm using. Any other kind of potato will work just as well. Another little tip, if you are cutting and your cutting board moves around, grab a wet paper towel, actually not a wet one, just a damp one, and that'll help with the movement. As you can see, at first it was kind of moving around, and now even though I am doing all of this chopping, it is not going anywhere. I am cutting my potatoes in quarters. You can peel them if you'd like and cut them a little bit bigger, a little bit thinner. This is just the way that I prefer to do it. And they are going to be in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the thickness of what you cut your potatoes at. Lay them out as evenly as possible as you can on your baking sheet. I did cover mine in aluminum foil, and then I'm going to season them with some avocado oil. You can use olive oil if that's what you have on hand, some paprika. The measurements are going to be depending to taste on the seasonings. And then I am using this seasoning mix from Tones. I believe it's called Tuscany. I'm using a recycled bottle, that's why I didn't show you that, and I don't want you thinking that I used peppercorn, because I didn't. I'm gonna find it and link it down below for you. Just make sure you spread it all out really well, so that every potato is covered, and then I'm gonna top it off with a little bit more of the seasoning mix to make it extra flavorful and crunchy. And then just put them in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to give you kind of the update on the clean kitchen halfway, because my husband is about to get home and he and my son are priority number one. So all the dishes are done except the new ones from the potatoes that I just did, and I still have my Mrs. Meyer's out so that I can wipe that area that I used. I do have my potatoes in the oven. I didn't even let my oven finish preheating because my husband is on his way home again. And I am going to show you probably really quickly how I make the pulled chicken sandwiches. And all I'm going to do is split the buns and put them on the stove with a little bit of butter just to toast them. I may actually do that in the oven since I have it on, and I can do a bunch of them at the same time. And again, I'll show you that in a little bit if I haven't already. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this. So here is everything. We have some bananas that we just bought, and again, just those dishes in the sink there. I put away my old Mrs. Meyer stuff. Those are the replacements, and since they're fuller, I am leaving those out. Still need to wipe down the sink, that's why I have that towel over there. And let me see the table. Sorry for that. Oops, I need to close my pantry door. I have these plates out because I am going to remove all of this fall decor so that I can move on to Halloween, and those plates are going to be where I'm going to replace the white ones. I do have these are all clean, by the way. There's my oven, but they are there while my oven is on because I have a very small house, so I do have to use my oven as storage. And I don't know, that's just a Mexican thing to do, but that's what I do. I don't do it with a lot of stuff, it's just a couple of baking supplies. So that is it. I have a trash bag over there in the corner. That's why I'm avoiding that area. It did take me all day. Oh, and I still need to wipe down the appliances to remove all of this, but I'll use the same Wyman's, I think that's how you pronounce it, that I used to clean the stove and the microwave, and I need to clean the bottom. I don't like to clean it until after I have mopped, because sometimes the mop touches the bottom and it gets it dirty, and you can tell the difference. So there you go. I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is my first ever clean with me. I'll probably still do another little outro once I am done with that. Oh, and let me show you my to-do list. So I did get to cross off everything with the exception of throw trash away, because again, it's over there, kind of hiding in the corner. Clear the fall decor, because I'll probably do that at night once everybody goes to sleep, and again, just wipe down the appliances. But that was a lot, and I got all of them. Yay. Well, exception, but they'll get done. Back to cooking. Like I said a little while ago, all I'm going to do with these buns, and these are hard rolls. You can use Kaiser rolls, bolillos, Texas toast, any kind of bread that you want. But again, just splitting them down the middle, buttering them, and I am going to put them directly on the oven facing up. I did forget them, so they did get a little bit too toasty, so I'm sorry, because they are going to look burned, but I promise you they're not burned, and we all still love them anyways. Now let's go ahead and shred our chicken, but first of all, we do need to get rid of all the bones, because these were bone-in drumsticks, so I need to get rid of all of those, and then it pretty much just falls apart on its own. And this was in the oven, I'm sorry, the slow cooker, for about 5 to 6 hours. I don't remember exactly, because again, I was cleaning and then I had to go pick up my son from school, so again, it's been a day. Now, if you'd like your barbecue chicken to be a little different, I like mine for the sandwiches to be kind of on the juicy side, but you can always take it out of here, put it in a small baking sheet, and then put it on the broiler for about 5 to 10 minutes on high or low, again, kind of depending on what you would like, so that you can kind of evaporate all the juices and just pour more barbecue sauce on top, and that'll make it more of the sticky, dry consistency. Now for our buns, again, just putting them directly on the rack, and I am putting them on the bottom rack because on the top I had my potatoes. That's how my potatoes look, delicious. And again, here are the toasty buns. They taste amazing, and all I do is I put a little bit of mayonnaise on the top and bottom bun, just put the pulled chicken on top, and add more barbecue sauce drizzled over it. You don't have to do any of those things, you can just do the bun and the chicken. And then on the side, again, just some potatoes, and this is it for this meal. It was amazing, it was delicious. That's it for the video as well. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, comment down below if you want to keep seeing videos like this, and I'll make also more recipe videos for you. Thank you, have a good rest of your day, bye bye.